J-Mac, the second sack, the one that on the Chiefs' final offensive play, essentially, what's the mentality in that moment when you guys go out there knowing you need to get a stop, and then when you get the stop, what's the belief like in the offense to go down and do what they did?
We knew we needed to make a play, like you said, and I knew it was going to be one of us, and VJ just so happened to call the right play, for me. I kind of timed it up well off Mahomes' hands, and I went in there and made a play on him. And the offense went in there, did their job, drove downfield. Troy had a great catch. We wound the time down, and Lutz, he made a kick, and we won the game.
J-Mac, obviously, over here, going back to the spring, Broncos take a first rounder at your position. You just put your head down, keep working, continue to work, hold on to your job, and play at the level that you have been. Does tonight feel like, just continued kind of vindication for you in that way? Yeah,
I think I told you guys earlier during camp, J-Mac's going to be J-Mac, no matter who they bring in. I love Ja'Quan. He's been a great add to the team. And he's going to be a good player. But I just do me, keep working hard and go out there and do what I'm told to do. I never worry about the outside noise. I just go out there and compete the best I can.
J-Mac to your left. Can you take us through the interception that you had? And when you were going down the field, do you think you were going to score? And then do you think it was maybe coming back when you saw the flags on the field?
I did think it was coming back. But honestly, I was tired. It was a long drive. I made a few moves, and I didn't even know the guy was behind me. Kind of stripped the ball, but I was tired, and I just made a play on the ball. Wonderful play to make for my team.
J-Mac, you've been through these battles with Kansas City before, and you guys are 8-2, but there's some outside noise you're trying to block out. How sweet is this win after all that?
It's great, man. Obviously, them guys been on top for a while, and as a team, we wanted to take that next step, but in order for us to take that next step, we had to beat them guys, get through them, and it was a wonderful win for us. Even more confidence going into, obviously the bye week and then following the rest of the season. But it was a big win for us. We needed it.
J-Mac, I don't know if we asked you how you're wired to think back on games. So you have 2 big sacks, interception, but obviously that long pass play that they then ended up scoring. So when you look back on this, will you think more about the big one that you let up, or all the good plays? Like, what'll sit in your head?
Obviously, I feel like I was in great position. I turned the wrong way. Instead of playing through him, I tried to make another play on the ball, which that wasn't the time for that. And that's one of the plays I want back. And you definitely remember those plays a lot more than the plays you make. So, but I guess I made it up for it at the end.
Hey, J-Mac over here. Being an undrafted guy and making big plays in the NFL, do you ever just take time to think about your journey and just what it means for you to have these opportunities?
I get that question a lot. But honestly, I'm just working, and I'm not really even realizing, where I'm at. I'm just where my feet is and, taking day by day. And just one day I look back on it and, review that or, see how far I've came. But right now I'm just grinding right now. It's a lot more things I want to do, accomplish goals-wise, and I'm just taking day by day.
Hey, J-Mac, you just touched on it. You said, looking back, that's that one play you're going to want back. Mm-hmm. In the midst of the game, however, how do you put that out of your mind? Because you came back after that and obviously made, a huge play.
Just knowing that, this is the NFL, them guys get paid to play too. Them guys are good too. They're in the NFL for a reason. So, he made a good play. And, I just look at the next play. I don't really, I try to block out short-term memory. That's what we like to say, short-term memory, next play mentality.
J-Mac, there might not be a lot of coordinators out there that would bring, pressure on a Hail Mary attempt or continue to try to get after Mahomes like Vance does. I guess just can you take us into sort of his mindset going into a game like this and what his message was to you as a group before the game?
We went in with a simple game plan. We just wanted to go out there and play fast. And, like you said, the Hail Mary, I've ran that play so many times. It was my first time actually, running it in the game situation. And VJ was always telling me just don't show it early, you know, you're going to get there. They don't even think you coming. So that's exactly what I did, and I made a play before the half.
When VJ brings a corner, you off the edge, it's obviously meant to be the element of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So on your sacks, does Mahomes ever see you coming, and do you catch his eye before you take him down?
It's kind of like a timing thing, you know. You try to hold it as long as possible, you know. And you can see, like, some of the quarterbacks, they looking at the nickel because, you know, the nickel kind of shows what the defense is in a lot of the time. So, you know, I just try to hold it as long as possible. And you trying to find keys to when the ball is snapped. And I noticed early in the game when he was snapping the ball, his hands would come up and the ball was coming out. So I just timed it up. When his hands start coming up, I start sneaking towards the edge and just made a play. They didn't slide the protection. I just went in.
See him in the eye before you tackle him or not?
I don't think I really even – I'm not sure. I just seen him lining up, and that's why I kind of jumped. I jumped in the air, you know. I didn't want him to throw the ball, so I was going to bat it down or either get the sack, one of those, but he wasn't getting that ball off.